Hello there. Today we'll be doing a back to front a linked list. Given a singly linked list node, reorder it such that we take the last node, then the first node, then the second last node, then the second node, etc. Can we do it in O of one space? Of course, we can do this in O of one space and O of n time. Let's before we talk about our solution, let's look at the example a little bit more. In the example, we have 0, 1, 2, and 3, and we take the last item, put it in the first place. The first item, put it in the second place. The second last item, put it in the third place, and the second item, put it in the last place. And this is basically interweaving these two lists. We can think of it as this is one head and this is a second head. So what we need to do is split this list in half, and then reverse this list so we can start with the 3 and then this particular head, and then just going back and forth and making our creating our solution. So to do this, we need to split list in half, reverse second half of list, and interweave the two lists. And that's what we need to do. To split it in half, there's a very simple method where we create a slow and fast pointer. So this means slow equals fast equals node. With the slow and fast pointer, while fast and fast.next and fast.next, we will move the slow equal to slow.next and fast equals fast.next.next. So you're wondering how can this always find the split in half, right? So let's try two numbers. So we have slow and fast. Two numbers, automatic, halfway. Nothing happens. 2. Fast moves 2 places, slow moves 1 place. There's nothing else next. So then we're done there. Now let's try 3 items. So if we have 3 items, we already moved this location. Fast.next doesn't exist. So we're good. We're halfway. So it's halfway for 2 items, 3 items, odd items, and even numbers. So let's check out an even number here, and let's see. Okay, there's room to move, and I mean this is an odd case, so so odd numbers, and so we're in the middle again. So in this case, we'll always find the middle item. All right. Okay, good. So we'll always be in the middle. We'll always split in half. Perfect. Let me shrink my screen a little bit, and so we can get a little bit more screen real estate so that we can move around. Okay. I think we're done with this explanation here. I'm just gonna delete it or push it to the bottom. If you guys need to see this again, well, we can see it later. So, or actually, let's just keep it, because it might be doing us some good. So we have to reverse the second half of the list. So to reverse a list, we always have a previous item and a current item. And the previous item is going to start with none, and we're going to have a slow. We're going to use the same tricks. We're going to use a different trick this time to make this pretty quick for us. Previous is equal to the current item. And then we're going to set current.next is equal to the previous item. And then we're going to set the current to the current.next item. And this all happens in the present state. So what do I mean by that? So let's talk about the 2 and 3 split that we had earlier. So this points to none, right? So we have, this is a current state, and this is our previous state. So in our new state. So let's make this new state happen, right? So let's demarcate our previous item and our current item, which is 2. Okay, so and this is of course current.next. what happens? Well, it's pretty simple. In our new state, we point straight to the next. We take a previous, send it to 2, and then current, send it to current.next. And that's it. Then we do it again. We reset this as our new state again, and we set the previous here, our current here, and our current.next would be none, according to this second state. Then we make our pointers go to where we need to go. So we set our pointers. 3 points to 2. And we're going to take the previous, go to the current. Current is equal to current.next. And that's it. And so we have all our items moving to the correct place. So that's all. I don't think we need the second state. We just need another variable called current.next to make this make sense. Hopefully that made sense to you. If you have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, we have reversed the list, and we're going to now move on to interweaving the list. All right. So let me just get some room. Okay. So interweaving the two lists, head is equal to prev, because the previous item, last item was 3, right here, and first and second. First and second is equal to node. The first list is the node, and the second is the head. So we split the two lists in half. So the second is starting at the 3 and points to 2. And the first is the 0 pointing to the 1. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is while first.next, second.next, second is equal to first, and second.next, and first.next and first is equal to second and first.next. So how do we think about that? All right, so this is a very, I think, interesting way of doing it. So we have 0 pointing to 1, and we have 3 pointing to 2, right? And so we want to point our second.next, we'll make that pointer point upwards to our first, and reset our second to second.next. So we have second, and we have second.next. So just like earlier. That way we have the second.next variable, and we can automatically reassign it to second.next. And then we do the same thing for first. So we have the first and first.next. So first.next is going to point to second. So we're going to have this diagonal line, like right here, from 0 to 2. And the first is now going to be first.next. And we erase that. And then second points to first again. So, and second equals second.next, which is pointing to nothing, you see. And that second.next is gone. So first will also, one is also pointing to none at this point. And well, yeah, so first.next is equal to second, which is none, and first is equal to first.next, which is none. And so while first.next, well, first.next doesn't exist, and so it's over. Yeah. Okay, I think that would be it for our interweaving. So we're going to return head, which we save as our first point. Run it. Oh, we have an error, an indentation error. Let's see where that is. This is getting pretty long, so it's going to be a little bit hard to find. I think it's right here. Run. Okay, so it's been accepted, and let's just submit it. And we have a pretty fast answer here. Okay, so that's all for this problem. It was a very good problem because we were able to split the list in half. And sorry, just let me put this together properly. So we were able to split the list in half. We were able to reverse the list, and we were able to interweave the list as well. So that was pretty good problem. We were able to do so much with a linked list. I recommend that if you have want to work with linked lists, do this problem. It'll give you a lot of practice. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want more material, anything you want to see, it's in the link in the description below. You can find a lot of my content on my website. And yes, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.